What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. Aaron Judge, for the first time really ever, spoke out against the Yankees. He is not happy with how they're setting up something. And by the way, Trent Grisham, his costly error in center field might have cost them the game. The Angels, they played with some extra spirit. They had a literal angel in the outfield. In my opinion, they just played one of their best games in years, all for Garrett Anderson. The Cubs have a literal tank by the name of Mo B, Mo Baller, whatever you want to call him. This kid is trying to send the Mets to an impossible 9-game losing streak. I think this is a fair question to ask. Is Jackson Holliday the best Jackson on Baltimore? I mean, this dude won't stop hitting home runs. Munetaka, I mean, this baseball, he might have hit it back to Japan. It went over everything. And O'Neal Cruz, he might actually go 60-60, and the Pirates might actually be a 90-win team. I never thought I would see the day. If you're new here, I'm on a mission to grow the game of baseball by recapping every single game almost every single day. So help me out. Leave a like and hit that subscribe button. It actually really does help. Thank you. And as always, don't forget to save yourself 20 bucks off on Seatgeek with code Fuzzy. And if you want to get in on the fun on Underdog Fantasy, all you have to do is scan that QR code or download with code Fuzzy. They're going to give you 50 bucks after you play your first 5, a free pick, a bunch of boost as well, and the NBA playoffs are back, so there's just a lot happening on the app. Go have some fun. We have 2 small updates before we get into the recaps. I know a lot of you guys use these for fantasy purposes, so 2 fantasy updates. Cade Horton, he is done for 2026. It's been confirmed that he got Tommy John. That's so sad. He was the best pitcher in baseball to end 2025, at least in the second half. And if you guys are in need for a potential power speed threat, Hye-Yu Lee is making his debut for the Tigers. He was traded back in 2023 for Michael Lorenzen, and he had 14 home runs with 22 stolen bases last year, and his exit velocities and chase rates are off the charts. He could be good. Remember that name, Hye-Yu Lee. All right, let's get into the game recaps from yesterday. Taijuan Walker, more like should be walking to Taiwan to play in an adult softball league. This dude is literally stealing millions of dollars from the Phillies, and they're so over it, they're trying something new to help Taijuan because he sucks in the first inning. So they had a new approach to his warm-up session where they basically said, throw as hard as you can to end your warm-up, and then there's going to be decreased time in between pitches. It didn't work. The bases are already loaded. It's 1-0. Give Ozzie Albies an RBI. Now it's time for Mike Wazowski. He's going up the middle, and it literally took off Taijuan's glove. It literally just made his glove fall off. It was hit so hard. Now it's 2-0. We have more traffic in the second. Matt Olson to Adolis Garcia. We know that he has a cannon. Harris, he went head first. There was a bunch of contact at the dish, but Michael Harris is safe. It's 3-0. So we've seen 3 different Braves drive in a run, make it 4. Austin Riley just pummeled a 3-run laser beam that left in a hurry. Dom Smith is about to make it 5 different Braves with an RBI. Boos could be heard from miles away. I'm almost positive of it. So Dom Smith is now batting .365 with 16 RBIs and 4 home runs. Where did this come from? Shout out to Martin Perez. We don't have time to show him, but he went 6 shutout. The onslaught is continuing. Michael Harris's first home run as a dad. So dad power is now in effect in regards to Michael Harris's game. Austin Riley, he has 3 home runs in the last 24 hours. He is seeing beach balls. The Braves have won 3 games in a row. They're 13-7. The Phillies are 8-11 now after losing 3 games in a row, and they're just kind of looking old as Taijuan Walker is stealing $72 million. His ERA is over 5 as a Philly. Also, his strikeouts per 9 as a Philly is the lowest of any team he's ever played for. This is genuinely one of the worst contracts in Philly history, maybe in the last decade or two, because this is just $72 million lit on fire. Here's a great contract. Well, you can't physically see him because he's in the dugout working with pitchers, but Mike Maddox, I mean, is this the best signing of the offseason? Prior to the game starting, we had a super serene moment to honor GA Mr. Garrett Anderson. So it was on the bump. There was a big GA in the outfield, a literal angel in the outfield, and the Angels honored him in the best way possible. Moncada, he still has my favorite swing in all of Major League Baseball. It is artistry. Like, he is an artiste. Adam Frazier, what is he doing to start 2026? Another RBI extra base hit. He's batting .333 in 13 games. Zach Neto, he cashed in Adam right after, so it's 3-0 against the knuckleballer Matt Waldron, the MLB The Show legend. Nolan, this is Sean Newell's 3rd base hit in the first 4 innings. The Angels are pouring it on with 2-out knocks. They have more. A 2-run double for Joe Adell. This team is playing with a fire right now, all for Garrett Anderson. Josh Lowe, he hit 1 high and he hit 1 deep. They won't stop. A 2-run home run. He has 3 home runs and 9 RBIs. He's slowly but surely remembering who he is. Like I mentioned, Mike Maddox, the new pitching coach, he is turning Jorge Soriano into an unhittable monster who also strikes out everyone. He just became the 4th pitcher ever to have a 5-start span, going 30+ innings, allowing 1 earned run with 11 hits or fewer. He almost went 6 scoreless with 8 strikeouts. He's allowed 1 earned run with 39 strikeouts in 5 starts. He is now 5-0. This is one of the greatest starts by a starting pitcher in MLB history, and you get to watch it live. GG Halos, they snapped the Padres' 8-game winning streak for Garrett Anderson. That's awesome. I believe the Dodgers can now own the longest win streak in baseball, and I didn't think that this game was even going to happen because look at the field. Shout out to the grounds crew, man, because the field was fully blanketed in the early morning and afternoon, and everyone's playing in the snow. I really thought this game wasn't going to actually happen, but again, shout out to the grounds crew. They cleaned it all up, and we do get baseball. We have Ohtani versus a fellow countryman. He had 2 home runs in a game against him last year. This is not a home run, but Ohtani is now 5 for 6 with 4 extra base hits in his career against Sugano. He also has that 49-game on-base streak and also a 16-game hitting streak in cores. Ohtani came around to score on a sac fly from Will Smith, but we're going to quickly bounce to Max Muncy. He's trying to get hot, not only like body temperature-wise. He was wearing a shiesty in this game. He said it was so cold, he was miserable, and now he might have a new nickname because he popped out a home run, his first of 3 extra base hits. Here's his second. It's an RBI double down the right field line, and I'm really sorry to Pages and Smith. They had some RBIs as well, but this is the miserable Max Muncy show. A no-doubter for a second of the game. Again, he said it's miserable, I'm freezing, and then he had one of the best games of his entire career. The Dodgers win easy. They've won 4 games in a row, so they own the longest streak in baseball now. Glasnow, he had everything working. At one point, he had 4 strikeouts in a row. He had 7 strikeouts, only 2 base hits across 7. He has an insane 5.4 hits per 9 and a 10.5 strikeouts per 9. He's disgusting. Yankees or Mets? Yankees or Mets? Let's talk about the Mets game and see if they can snap their 8-game losing streak, and then we'll talk about Judgey not being happy with his own team. It's kind of random, but still we have to talk about it. Kodai Senga is getting knocked all around. Seiya, another fellow countryman, just like Ohtani versus Sagano, he made it 1-0, and it's not 1-0, no, Mo, not more, Mo B, Mo Baller, whatever you want to call him, just make sure that you say Moises Ballesteros rakes. He's up to 3 home runs and 10 RBIs and a 375 batting average. He has a 171 OPS plus in his first 36 games. The bat speed's there, the hard hit percentages, barrels, all of it. The Mets, they don't want to lose 9 though. Simeon, he just hit a gap, so they get 1 on the board. Tyrone Taylor, he nearly tied it with a 2-run double. Wait, that is not a double. He's out at second base. Now we have Nico at the dish, and we are seeing Nico, like a new version of this guy. He has some extra thump in his swing. I mean, did you see that? He walloped that baseball, and he pimped it as well. He's up to 3 home runs. He has back-to-back 3-hit games. He has 10 RBIs over the last 3 games, and he has 3 outs above average on defense with 6 stolen bases. He's going to get some MVP votes. The Cubs, they're rallying again. Bo got 2 different chances. I don't know if that's fair to say 2 different, because the first one was a nice attempt. The second one, there was no chance. And then there's Beatty, who had a legitimate 2 chances. He missed the first one. Then Simeon couldn't make the throw. It was too high. And again, like Bo, he had 2 plays, and he botched both of them. So the Cubs get a free run on an error. We're going to fast forward to the 7th. Matt Shaw. Did he get it? Did he get it? It's hard to go oppo in Wrigley, especially when it's cold. It's off the ivy. That's his 4th double in the last 2 games. The Cubs ran it up to 10 on wild pitches, errors. I just no need to rub it in for Mets fans. But I cannot skip this, though. Ian Happ, he went long gone. A 2-run home run off of Sean Manaea, his 5th of the season. Are we about to see another 20 home run Gold Glove campaign from Ian Happ? Like, it's just, you can just pencil it in every single season. So I do want to talk about the Mets in depth real quick because they just lost their 9th game in a row, their longest streak in decades. So how in the world do you fix it? Well, it starts with the top of their order. Francisco Lindor, Bo Bichette, and Marcus Semien have a combined 3 home runs and 18 RBIs. I mean, Dom Smith, the former Met, has that all by himself. Remember, guys, there are 30 teams in baseball. So the Mets are 26th out of 30 in runs scored as an offense. They're 28th out of 30 in OPS. And during this losing streak, oh my God, they're batting 175. So they're also 20th in team ERA because the starting staff has just been bad. And I'm not worried about their defense at all. Honestly, the Mets, it's very easy to fix. They just need Juan Soto back. He should be back in the next few days. And they need their top half of the lineup to wake up. Lindor, Bichette, those guys are way too good to not be raking. But then again, they also made some interesting moves in the offseason. And maybe this just Maybe they have an identity crisis. I don't know. Or maybe it's as simple as, yeah, just maybe they shouldn't have traded Brandon Nimmo. So we'll talk about the Yankees game right after this. Hold on. Brandon Nimmo is on a mission right now to prove the Mets wrong. He is swinging like a different human. He's batting .315 with 4 home runs. He has 9 extra base hits and 11 RBIs. He has more extra base hits than Lindor, Semien, and Bo Bichette, which is insane. He also has almost 400 on base. DeGrom, he was in a jam. The bases were loaded versus Randy, but he deployed that nasty curve, and then he threw 98 with a little bit of sizzle, some movement past Luke Raley. That was your chance, Mariners fans. You're not going to get another one. Seager, he just laced a 109-mile-per-hour double, and Langford, he lassoed one over to shallow left field for a second run. I'm going to hit fast forward on the old remote one more time. This was one of the worst sends I've ever seen. Langford, he's amazing on defense. He has a host piece. Why are you sending Josh Naylor? He was out by 10 feet. Jake Burger, he's been awesome. 3 more base hits. He has 17 RBIs. So again, just to put into context, Jake Burger has 1 fewer RBI than Francisco Lindor, Semien, and Bo Bichette combined. By the way, Burger has 10 RBIs in his last 5. Andrew McCutchen, his sac fly made it 4-0, but we're going to quickly go find Josh Young. Back-to-back 3-hit games for Mr. Young. All 3 in this one were doubles. He has a 141 OPS plus. The Rangers bullpen has been just ridiculously insane versus the Mariners. They turn it up a notch. They've allowed 0 extra base hits in this series. The Rangers are 4-0 versus the Mariners after another shutout against them. DeGrom has a 2.2 ERA and 11.5 strikeouts per 9, and he's still sporting an MLB record 5.34 strikeouts per walk. The Rangers look lethal. Cam Schlittler, always got to make sure I pronounce that last name, like first name Nick, last name. You guys know there's a couple names you got to be careful with. He and Michael Wacha went toe-to-toe. Wacha with the insane changeup, and Cam, he was just overpowering guys with his 3 different types of fastballs. The four-seam has a lot of movement. The cutter really bites. The sinker, he's got a 152 batting average against opposing hitters with that pitch. I mean, now he's got a lead. Ben Rose. Opposing hitters came into this matchup against Wacha 0 for 19, literally 0 base hits against the changeup, and of course, Ben changes that in a hurry. Ben has 6 home runs, back-to-back games with the long ball. He's batting .340. He has a 142 OPS plus, his last 157. To the 6th inning we go. Michael Garcia worked a vital walk. That's a tough take, but that is ball 4. Bobby, he tagged a middle sinker. Trent, he got there, but he dropped it. He's just not the same defender as he was when he was with the Brewers. Thankfully, it was called an error. It should be 2 outs, and this should be 3, but instead it's 2-1 on a ground out, and then Cam, he took out all of his frustration on Salvi, and that was at Salvi's hairline. What in the world was that swing? Cam, he was snarling into his glove. Yeah, not a good idea to make him angry. He has a 1.9 ERA on the season. Vinny, just like Ben Rice, he has a home run in back-to-back games. We have a brand new ball game. That Doval trade has been awful. He has an almost 6 ERA. The hits per 9 have gone up by 2. The strikeouts per 9 are down by a full strikeout. Like, he stinks as a Yankee. Rice, he's on again. He got a second base hit. McMahon is also another trade that's been stinky. Is this it? Is this his moment? It's back. It's deep. It's gone. A 2-run home run for the lead. That's got to feel like a 20-run home run for Mr. McMahon. The dugout was so happy for him as Bednar got a 6th save of the year. The Yankees take it, and the Royals actually have the 2nd worst losing streak in baseball. They've lost 5 in a row. Now we got to talk about Judge versus the front office. So over the last few years, the Yankees have made a concerted effort to be more like the NBA, which is a crazy thing to say considering the momentum differences. Like, baseball is surging, NBA is kind of regressing. Either way, but apparently the Yankees have been spamming noises in between pitches. They're just trying to go full NBA type of atmosphere, and Judge, he's been complaining about this for years. He agrees with fans saying it's way too loud, it's way too much, but also it's weird because this is what he said. Let me just say, I've asked for new speakers. This is Aaron Judge now. I've asked for new speakers to put the speakers in a different spot, change the speakers, do something, and they continue to just turn it up on fans. So basically, he's saying that the players can't hear anything because of the positioning of the speakers, and they're not doing anything about it, and fans are saying it's way too loud, it's way too often, so the fans are upset, the players are upset, and Aaron Judge, I've never really heard him say anything like this towards the franchise, where he's like, yeah, I've been really wanting this change for years now, and all of the players are upset. Why are we not changing it? We've got a job to do, and if there's no music to pump us up, and fans are getting annoyed because it's so loud, and you got to just change the speaker positioning, why aren't we doing that? So, weird little drama. Aaron Judge versus the Yankees is a thing now, and I think that they should just get new speakers. I don't care if it's a JBL speaker out in the outfield. I don't care what it is. I don't just go find a fix to this. What are we doing, Yankees? I already spoiled it in the intro, but Murakami, hit a moonshot. 431 feet, by the way, is a lie. Hold on, I got to show the first few innings. Colson Montgomery, he was the entire White Sox offense early on, an RBI double, and then he had a second RBI knock in the third inning. Kurtz, it was his bobblehead night. I got to start collecting more of these super fun bobbleheads because this was the big Amish bobblehead. Crazy at bat, by the way. Foul ball, foul ball. He was just spamming contact swing. I would have turned off my console if this was MLB The Show. He won a 13-pitch at bat. Shea Langoliers ends up scoring, and the White Sox got it right back. Luis Angel Acuna has such a smooth swing. He missed the 2-run home run by a few inches. Benny, I thought that he had one as well. The ball, I guess it's just not flying in this game. It's an RBI double. Just kidding. Baseballs can absolutely fly. We have one of the most prodigious home runs you will ever see. Munetaka with a moonshot, not M-O-O-N, M-U-N-E shot, 114 miles an hour for the grand slam over the batter's eye. Now, other angles, a lot of people who are much better at math than me, they did their little calculations. They say this actually went 446 feet, not 431. Munetaka has 6 home runs, 13 RBIs, and 17 walks in 20 games. That's useful for a lot of other winning teams. I think he's going to get traded at the deadline. All you need to see in this next game, literally 2 innings, Chris Bassett and Bobby, they were both good. It was 0-0 after 6. Okay, wait, actually, I got to show this play. Daniel Schneemann, he plays everywhere. That's a diving stop at shortstop after we saw him make an insane play in center field a few days ago. And then he did this. A perfect grand slam. Back-to-back games with a grand salami. That's his second career slam, and he's got my attention. He's batting .315 with a .916 OPS, 3 outs above average, and he looks to be a StatCast darling. He's top 30% in exit velocities, barrel rates, hard hit percentages. He's top 4% in sweet spot percentage. You know what the Guardians are not top 4% in right now, and they usually are? Their bullpen, after a Baltimore sac fly, Weston Wilson went off the wall for 2 more runs, and this kid is on. There is no way. I mean, they have to keep playing him. Even when Jackson Holiday comes back, Jackson Jeremiah, I just superimposed his name, my bad. A 3-run jack for the lead, his 5th home run. He has to keep on playing, although he doesn't walk. He has a lot of strikeouts, so maybe this is like Akil Baddoo 2.0 where we just have to wait until the league figures him out. But what if they never figure him out and he doesn't have to walk to be productive? Ryan Helsley, he's got a brand new splitter. If you guys didn't know that, it's awesome. Another save, he has 6. The Orioles are 10-10. The Guardians are 11-10. Ladies and gentlemen, the Pirates might actually just be flat out good. Like, they have talent everywhere. They spend some money. We've seen the Angels do this years prior where they seem like they have a good roster on paper, but some teams are cursed. I don't know if that applies to this 2026 Pirate squad because Spencer Horwitz, he is literally the best hitter in the history of baseball. Anytime he gets to face Nick Martinez, that's an RBI double. He has literally never gotten out versus Martinez. He's got 12 plate appearances, 10 hits, and 2 walks. Griffin, he wants an RBI. Chandler Simpson's defense has come such a long way. That's a seed home. A lot of fans on Twitter were like, nah, it's a cool throw, but the scoop from Nick Fortes deserves all the shine, and he got him. Bubba Chandler, the other Chandler, he was gross. That's a nasty off-speed pitch. Chandler, is this dramatic? Is that the fastest home to first your eyes have ever seen? Like, what in the world? Dude, that was a blur. I'd be stressed if Chandler was on base as well, so Bubba, he just airmailed the pitch, and then Junior, he got to a slider, just like that. Chandler's speed changes the game. It's 1-1. Chandler popped up Yandy, so he actually does finish strong. 6 innings, just 1 run. That is a quality start. Spencer, like I said, he's now 10 for 10 against Nick Martinez, but apparently we don't use batter versus pitchers, right? Griffin Jacks, he's in the game now. He's got to try and save Nick Martinez. O'Neal, he's been held. Yeah, he's not held hitless anymore. There it goes. 6 home runs, 9 stolen bases. He is a cartoon character. Hoist the cone. Get that mask on. Connor Griffin's now on for a 3rd time. Wait until you hear his stats. So 2 actually got on for Brandon Lau. Brandon Lau, I thought he really did it again. A 2-run double off the tippy top. His 2nd double of the game. He has 11 extra base hits and 18 RBIs. Oh, and 2 outs above average on defense. The Pirates, they're 13-8. Griffin is now batting almost .380 over his last 5 games. Wagon. That's all I'm going to say. The Pirates might actually be a wagon. Elliot Ramos can go nuclear at any moment. This right here proves that a 3-run home run. Do you remember what he did back in 2024? He had a 35-game stretch where he hit .315 with 12 home runs and 32 RBIs. Zach Littell, he got smacked around. It's 5-0 already thanks to Ramos and now Matt Chapman. That's a 2-run knock. I feel like Matt Chapman has a bunch of RBIs lately. Rafael Devers, thanks to a misjudgment from James Wood, he just took a weird angle or route to that baseball. Devers, he needed that bad. That's an RBI double, and it makes sense why San Francisco is playing so well because Drew Gilbert is back. His energy is infectious. That's a home run. Adames, he has 10 doubles. I think he's actually tied with Taylor Ward for the most in baseball. Chapman, I told you, a bunch of RBIs. That's his third of the day. Here's something for Nationals fans, because I kind of feel bad. Dalen Lyle, he just launched his first of the season. Remember how good he was last year. Casey Schmidt, he's been ripping baseballs the last few years, but he's not really gotten the best luck. It's finally going his way. He and James Wood are about to trade home runs. Casey, by the way, has 2 home runs and a 380 on base. He mashes, not as much as James Wood, though. James Wood has 6 home runs, 4 stolen bases. He's walking 14% of the time. Just so many freaks. Like, I'm talking about biological freaks in the game of baseball. Ramos, he had a 4th RBI on a base with a walk, but this game's over. They have a season high 10 runs. They're 8-2. The Nationals are 9-11. We've seen O'Neal Cruz go crazy. James Wood, he's another lengthy freak who did some damage. I feel like Ellie De La Cruz had to have done something in this game too, right? The Reds, they're taking on the 11-win Twins. Brandon Williamson, he could not throw strikes in this game. He is in a mega jam. Thankfully, he dotted up Luke Keeschel. I thought for sure that was a ball as well, but it just hit the corner. The ABS confirmed it. It's one of those moments, if you're a fan, you're like, phew. And now you guys can, I'm talking about Reds fans, you can breathe a little bit easier. Geno, he just ripped a 2-run double. Now, the sad part about that is that Brandon Williamson immediately started spamming baseballs outside the zone again. He had 4 walks in this game, 3 consecutive walks to begin this inning. Austin Martin, he line went to right field. Okay, Benson, he got there. He ran it down. It's only 1 run. And it stays that way because Geno saved him. What a pick. What a double play. 3 consecutive walks to only 1 run scored. That is a win of an inning if you ask me. Geno, he basically won this game all by himself. So unfortunately, Ellie did nothing in this game in terms of like home runs or something fun. But Geno, he said, that's okay. I got it today. A 2-run double, a slick double play, and now a beauty to end another traffic jam as Emilio Pagan goes 1-2-3 in the 9th for his 6th save. The Reds have 12 wins already, and they're a perfect 9-0 in 2-run games. We have a situation to start this Milwaukee and Miami game because Garrett Mitchell, he's up with the bases loaded. He had a tapper, and if you don't recall, you've been reminded Garrett Mitchell is a burner. He's safe. It's all good, though. It was just the 1 run. Nope, Otto Lopez, that's way too high. And now we have another bad throw. The Marlins are kicking it around. Augustine, however you say, he is not a catcher. I'm sorry. I love his swing, the helicopter finish. I love his offensive ceiling. He is just not a catcher. Call up Joe Mack or something. I don't care. He can't play defense. Rengifo, he's going to the gap, and I didn't realize that Jake Bowers can kind of move a little bit. So it's 4-1 Brew Crew. Not for long, though. I know that Otto Lopez had a bad throw earlier, but Otto is still an elite defender, and now he might be an elite hitter. He's got 3 home runs, 3 stolen bases, and he might be getting tested. No BS. He might be getting tested by MLB. Look at his 2025 baseball savant page compared to his 2026. He went from a light hitter with subpar exit velocities to everything is a barrel and a rocket. Augustine, the windmill is going to be on for Xavier Edwards. We know that he can fly. It's a brand new ball game. It's tied up, and he had all of that positive motion and momentum going his way, and then he ruined it. Like, again, call up Joe Mack or something. They got to stop playing Graham Pauley, put Connor Norby at third base, try and develop Ramirez as a first baseman. Like, what in the world are the Marlins doing? I like what they've done, but it's very confusing, their situations on defense. It's 5-4. Now it's more. Garrett Mitchell is up to 16 RBIs. Not only is he a burner on the bases, but he has elite defense as well and a cannon for an arm. Trevor McGill, buddy, throw strikes. Marcy, he's now in because of that. And Otto Lopez, he's up. Okay, don't throw strikes. Maybe I'm stupid. So Otto Lopez, he chased it. The Brewers are back to their winning ways. They've won 3 in a row. Speaking of winning and streaks, the Tigers want, 6 wins, 7 wins in a row, something like that. It's a lot. The Red Sox, they're trying to rebound their season. They're trying to win 2 in a row. Ranger Suarez and Casey Mize matched each other pitch for pitch. They both looked unhittable. Ranger, especially, 8 shutout innings, only 2 base hits. He had 4 strikeouts. He's allowed 0 runs in back-to-back starts after giving up 4 in back-to-back starts. Mize almost went 7 shutout with 7 strikeouts. He has a 10 strikeouts per round. Yes, Casey Mize is figuring out the strikeout stuff. Aroldis Chapman, we know when he's staring, he's doing some damage. 101 to force extras. He has an arm made of metal. When's the last time that we've seen Aroldis Chapman throwing under 100? The dude just does not age. I don't understand it. So nothing happened in the 10th. Trevor Story almost made something happen. He just cannot play shortstop. Get him off, please. Here's a fun, crazy stat for you guys. So the Red Sox, they're wearing their Fenway Monster green jerseys. They had 6 wins last year in those jerseys. All of them were walk-offs. This is the first time that they're wearing it in 2026. So their last 7 wins with these jerseys have all been walk-offs. Masataka, there we go. He bounced it. It's a walk-off. Those jerseys are magical. Jordan Walker hasn't hit a home run in a few games, but he's still producing. That right there is an RBI single. He's now riding a 12-game hit streak. Mason Wynn, his entire family was in attendance. He's got to be from Houston. With 2 strikes and 2 outs, he drives in another. Christian Vasquez, if you guys didn't know, he's the one that started the whole cowboy hat celebration. He goes to the Crawford boxes, and now he gets to wear that cowboy hat. Yordan, you better keep that hat out because he might hit 70. Yordan has 8 home runs, a 480 on base, a microscopically low 10% strikeout rate, and a whopping 19% walk rate. I mean, he's insane. The Cardinals, they got another 2-out RBI, though. Ivan Herrera, he's got a ton of walks. He's trying to wake up against righties because he's always destroyed lefties. Altuve, he's going yard off a righty. This was the Astros' 3rd home run of the night. So, like, there's no way the Astros lose when they have 3 homers from some of their top dogs. It's a 4-3 game. Gorman, he came into this at bat 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, and that had to feel good. Brian Abreu is broken. He has 13 walks and 4 home runs allowed with 12 earned runs in 7 1/3. Gorman makes it 7-3 on his 3rd home run. Ivan, he's about to have a big 3 RBI day. Another home run off a righty. This is his 2nd of the season. His savant actually kind of looks like Yordan's, but like if Yordan was the most unlucky hitter in baseball, because Ivan is almost walking 21% of the time with a tiny 11% strikeout rate. He just needs baseballs to fall. That's it. The baseball guys have to be nice to him. The Cardinals, they're 11-8. They've won 3 games in a row. The Astros have lost 8 of their last 10. They're 8-13. But a tip of the cap to Peter Lambert, their starting pitcher. He did allow 4, but he had 23 whiffs and 8 strikeouts in 5 innings. That was the most whiffs by anyone yesterday. We have a newcomer, and his first clip, at least for MLB Recap, I don't know if this was his first game, but Lenyn Sosa, he just dropped down an RBI bunt. Look at Nolan Arenado with the vintage Arenado play, and now we have a vintage swing from Arenado against a lefty. He ties it back up. Arenado is batting .370 with 3 home runs and 8 RBIs, only 3 strikeouts his last 5 games. Corbin Carroll, he's trying to get hot again. He dunked in a 2nd run, and Jose Fernandez over-under hitting this baseball 900 miles an hour. That ball was scorched. That's the 3rd run. Varsho, he was out with some sort of knee thing, and Straw, he's now in the game. What in the world? Miles Straw just went yard. He has 11 home runs in 713 career games. Soroka, this guy's been amazing for the Diamondbacks. He has a sub-3 ERA with an 11 strikeouts per 9 after going 7 with 5 strikeouts. Jose Fernandez already has an RBI. 2 are on. Vladdy dropped it. What just happened? It rolled away. So that's the 3rd error by the Blue Jays. Arenado, make it 9 RBIs his last 3 games. The Diamondbacks, they got so lucky after that. Vargas, he just missed the catch, and it would have gone down as an error, but it went straight to Geraldo Perdomo. Vladdy, he's now breaking bats. The Jays are alive. Okay, Tim Tawa and Sewald kind of sealed it. Tawa had an RBI double, probably going to be his last RBI for a while. Hold on, I'll talk about it in a second. Sewald now has 7 saves. I believe he leads Major League Baseball. Why is Tim Tawa not going to be driving in runs? Well, I think that Lourdes Gurriel Jr. is going to steal all of his reps. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. is back from that knee injury. So happy that he's back. He's so much fun to watch. Another big recap in the books. Thank you guys so much for watching all the way until the end. I know some of you guys watch it when you're on a walk or on a treadmill or on your way home from work. Those are my favorite comments. You guys saying that you're getting active and being healthy watching these videos or watching it while you eat. Like, saving content for food time is the biggest compliment ever. That's a big one. Thank you. You guys are amazing. Stay safe and enjoy the web gems.
On the ground, diving stop, my drop to his feet. We got a guy.
Popped up. Rice gives it a run in foul territory, and he makes the catch.
Setting the table for Gonzalez, trying to find a hole. Williamson, a diving stop. Ground ball too short. Diving stop by Muncy. Cuts it off. Rose to first. Liner out to left field. Kemp over toward the alley. Dives and he makes the catch. One coming. And Kelly lines one to right. Fading fast. Coming in bench. Diving and he made the catch.